Hello, Hot Press Speakeasy and World, because this is coming to you on hotpress.com as well. We are broadcasting from All Together Now, the inaugural festival. And I have to say, it's been a fantastic weekend so far. We're going to make it even better by welcoming When Young to the stage. Woo! Oh, and what impressive attire. I feel horrendously underdressed. There should be a mic for each of you there. So, guys, how was the set earlier? I couldn't make it out, but I heard great reports.
Yeah, it was really fun. We had a good crowd, so we really enjoyed it. Yeah.
And how,
Get off my microphone.
how is your festival season going?
Really good.
Been busy.
We've played.
This is
It's
our
our
first
third.
one in Ireland, so
Yeah.
it's been really nice. Was that the question? Why are you laughing?
Yeah, no, how's your festival
been
season
really good.
going?
Yeah,
yeah.
really great.
Yeah. And you've played on some great bills as well. I saw you playing with the Buzzcocks and Paul Heaton and Jackie Abbott as well. How was that?
That was incredible. We love Buzzcocks, so it
Oh,
was so good
wow.
to play with them.
Yeah, that was just the last. It was supposed to be with Elvis Costello, and
Yes,
he's sick,
very sad
so-
news about Elvis.
Yeah.
Hopefully,
Yeah.
we send him our best and hope
Yeah.
he'll be better soon. But I mean, my God, what an amazing year for you guys. Are you still sort of pinching yourselves? There's been a lot of
Yeah.
pinch me
Yeah.
moments, to be fair.
It's been so busy that we haven't really had time to think. We've just kept going.
Yeah.
It's
But
been
I couldn't make it to Shane's birthday do, but I heard fantastic reports, and particularly about you.
Really?
I mean, how nerve-wracking must that night have been?
It was terrifying, but everyone was really supportive. I think I was really nervous, but so were other, like the stars were really nervous
Sure.
backstage. Like, yeah.
I believe you're even talking to Bono about nerves.
Yeah, that was
Aoife
that was
punched
pretty
Bono.
amazing.
she did.
You punched him.
Yeah.
We got a photo where I'm punching him.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, we were talking about like
Was that invited?
Yeah,
it was
yeah.
a self-deprecating.
I was
ask
chatting.
for a punch.
Yeah, I was chatting to him for a while, and I was like, anyway, can I get a photo?
Yeah.
And he said, why don't you punch me? Everyone wants to do it. So that was quite
Aw.
like
Quite sad.
That is
self-deprecating.
sad.
Yeah, it was
Oh.
sad. He was a nice guy.
He's
Yeah.
all right.
How was that night? What were your highlights? Or like I heard there was so many standout performances.
Every
think Sinead
single,
O'Connor.
every single minute was a highlight. Like,
Yeah.
you know, like just bumping into all sorts of people. And yeah, so me and Niall didn't get to play, but when Aoife played, me and Niall we were up in the balcony just watching.
You were sending
We-
her
we were
positive
just-
vibes
we
from the
no,
balcony.
we were bawling our eyes out. We were just like, how is
Aw.
this happening? It was just
It
incredible.
was very
for us.
emotional.
I imagine
Yeah.
so. I imagine so. And then did you get chatting to Nick that night? And was that how you ended up supporting him, or what happened there?
We got
Maybe.
kind of the night before.
Andrew got so drunk sitting next to Nick Cave at dinner that he fell off the chair,
No.
and then
Because he doesn't drink anymore. So
Yes, of course.
I was drinking for two of us because I was just nervous.
Then
It
that's
got- it
just,
got kind of
that
to
was
main-
just you being considerate.
It
of
got to
course.
the main course, and then I might have stumbled slightly off my chair.
and then we got asked to support him.
Wow.
You're welcome.
Yeah, and so go on, tell us about this dinner. When did it take place? Who else was there?
So it was the night before Shane's birthday, and we got to go with Shane. Shane's manager asked a group of us to go to dinner, and it was Bobby Gillespie and Nick Cave and
Carol Bura.
Clem Burke and Glenn Matlock. Yeah, we were
Oh,
just
wow.
like, what is happening? And at one point, I was sitting beside Bobby Gillespie and Nick Cave, and they were fighting over butterscotch ice cream.
They were
Fighting over ice cream. They were like sharing it, and like they wanted
Wow.
yeah,
What flavour?
butterscotch.
I think no, it
Butterscotch.
was salted caramel.
Was it?
actually, yeah.
Okay.
The two
Ah.
skinniest men in
Yeah,
rock and roll, and
what's
they were
their
fighting over
secret?
ice cream.
Wow. But tell us about that phenomenal show supporting Patty and Nick.
That was for us. We've done some pretty amazing shows, but for us that was amazing because of Nick Cave, but mainly because Patti Smith is our hero.
Yeah. And did you get to chat to her? Or?
We didn't, unfortunately. No, she
Oh.
left straight away afterwards. We didn't get to meet her.
But
we were really upset, but
Later on, like
Niall got
2
to
hours later, I was just walking down across the street with Whelan's
Wexford
Camden,
Street?
Wexford Street,
Yeah.
and Lenny Kaye, her guitarist, who's been with her from the beginning
Yeah.
and is like a hero of ours, was just on his own walking towards me,
Right.
and me and my girlfriend, and just said, "Lenny, do you want to go for a drink?" And we just me Sophie and Lenny went for pints for like 3 hours, and he was just telling us all about the Chelsea hotel.
He also
Yeah.
tried to steal your girlfriend.
He tried to steal my girlfriend. I have
Wow. Oh,
evidence
wow.
on my phone. He wouldn't talk to me.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
The
but
cheek.
I didn't mind though.
At
I
like
was fine.
at 73 years old, he's out doing it.
Still got it, yeah.
Wow. Oh, yeah. How tempted was your girlfriend? Did she admit to you afterwards? Actually, there was a moment there.
I know
when
we've
the sort
broken
of-
up. He's with her now.
Oh, sorry.
I'm fine. It's okay.
Anyway, moving swiftly on. Yeah, as I said, it has been an absolutely fascinating year for you guys. But let's rewind things a bit, because you met at school in Limerick. Is that correct?
We met through music, going to gigs and house parties
And clothes.
things. Yeah.
We would. Aoife said that she would see me and Andrew wearing skinny jeans at like 14 and walking around Limerick, and I was like, "Who are these guys?"
Yeah.
Okay.
There wasn't many people wearing skinny jeans in Limerick, so
Yeah. So do you remember like who first spoke to who, or
I
how
think
you-
I met you
I
at a
think
house
you two,
party.
You
Yeah.
two spoke first. Yeah.
Oh really?
no, we went at a house party, and then we went to like gigs in Baker's Place in Limerick,
Right.
and then we started sneaking into Costello's Tavern that plays indie music, and
Yeah.
never left there really.
Aoife came up to me in town. We were like 16, and she's like, "There's a place in Limerick that plays The Strokes." And
You're like,
for us, that
"Oh,
was
this."
insane, because stuff like indie discos for us were only stuff that we'd read about in books and stuff.
Wow.
I
like
would
enemy.
The enemy or
the
something.
enemy, and we didn't know that people in Limerick liked the same music.
God.
We were very kind of alone.
Yeah, I think
Aw.
we met all our friends, I think, through the same way. I think through hanging out in Costello's and stuff. We're all still
Right.
very close. And
So when did your previous incarnation sisters? When did that form? When, how long after you guys started hanging out did you decide? Okay, I think there's the makings of a band
we-
here.
So that was
that's
like
not really how it
fi-
went.
5-6 years ago.
Yeah, we actually
And-
moved to London. Well, Niall moved to London, and then I followed for what I thought was going to be a couple of months.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
I went for the summer, and then we just started playing.
Right.
And we
Yeah,
ended up
there was no
staying there.
plan, really. It just kind of happened.
It was very
Okay.
organic and messy.
Yeah.
It was just good fun, so we decided to.
And why
stay in
the
London.
transition to When Young? And it
We-
wasn't just a name change, it was very much a stylistic breakout.
Yeah, I think that's
Big
why
difference.
I think we
we're
find-
really learning with sisters.
I think we finally got to a stage where we knew what we wanted to be and
Yeah.
what we wanted to do, and it just made sense for us because it just felt like a really fresh start, and it actually made such a difference. I think
Yeah.
that small thing of just changing your name
Yeah.
made a big difference for us.
And
Personally,
changing your outfits.
Okay.
outfit
Yes,
change.
there's a Devo thing going on nearly. Yeah.
Oh, cool.
And I believe actually it must have been particularly exciting talking to Lenny, because you guys are all very influenced by that New York punk scene,
Yeah.
which is an odd thing to be like. You're all quite, young. Did you have elder
Well,
siblings?
We
that
weren't
you
around
listened
in the
to their-
70s, but
Yeah.
My first way in was looking at like pictures of Andy Warhol and the
Yeah.
Factory, and seeing that in like magazines and stuff. It was like Q magazine or something.
yeah, I think it's
And
just
then
you see
listening-
something that you feel so disassociated with.
Right.
Or it just looks so cool. Their clothes
Yeah.
looked cool, and then like loving Debbie Harry and listening to Blondie, and
I think Richard Hell and the Voidoids was a big one for us when we
Yeah.
discovered him as well. I don't know why it strikes
I
such a
think it
chord
was a
in us.
fashion thing as well. We just loved their clothes, and
Yeah.
then like realized we love their music, and they just
Yeah.
have this whole like fun scene
Sure.
which you want to be part of.
Yeah, I can't stop looking at your eyeliner, eye makeup. It's amazing. Sorry, I'm totally distracted. It's very
I like
impressive.
red.
And what about Talking Heads? Are they an influence as well?
Yeah.
Will you be going to see David Byrne in
Yeah.
October?
We're not actually.
Can you sort us
I'd
out what
love
ticket?
to.
You're what?
I'd love to, but we're
Aw.
not going. No, we do love David Byrne. We do
Oh,
love
right.
Talking Time.
Okay, is there a reason you can't go that you can't talk about, or?
No,
I think we're on tour during it,
Ah,
actually. Yeah, we've
damn
got
it.
we've got our first UK headline
Yes,
tour
that's
in
very
September,
exciting.
October. So
What
we're
pit
kinda
stops
busy with
will
all
you
that.
be making on that tour in October?
a lot, like all the way from Glasgow down to Brighton,
Right.
And then
everything in between, really.
And then in November it's Dublin, Limerick, and
Cork. Yeah.
Very good.
Yeah.
And you've done some interesting supports as well in terms of the Irish who have gone to London. Declan McKenna being one of them. How did that go? What
That
it
was
like?
amazing. He
Yeah.
has the most dedicated fans, and we were just the first band on, and it was the biggest show we'd played at that point. There was like 2,000 people, so we were really nervous, and we came out and they were just all screaming. Like nobody knew who we were, but they were just really into, up for it.
Yeah.
And they were like quite young, like 14-year-olds.
yeah,
Uh,
he's got his fan base is insane.
it's like Beatlemania.
It
They
is
follow him
genuine.
around,
Yeah.
screaming. Yeah,
Okay. And
Can't
do you
really
think
go
you
anywhere.
converted some of them? I'm sure you did.
hopefully.
Yeah,
All of them.
we've met a lot of them since at shows, and
Right.
yeah, we meet so many people. Actually, I think more than any other show we did. I think those Declan McKenna shows really helped us gain some fans. Yeah.
Great. And like, how important is London to When Young? Would it have happened if you'd, like, could you imagine being in Limerick and creating this music, or how big an influence is actually
I don't
London
know. I
itself?
I think it's
It's a good
huge for
question.
us. If it, it's such an inspiring place, and we always individually wanted to end up there, or
Yeah.
like New York or somewhere where there was. There's just so many creative and artistic people there. So when we started, a lot of our friends, a lot of people that we would meet on nights out, like would do our press shots and our videos and stuff like that, which can probably, that could happen anywhere actually. That could happen
Yeah.
in Limerick or Dublin or Cork or wherever. But I don't know. It just happened for us there. That's a really
I think
terrible
because
answer. I don't know.
because we were there, and like we started a band, we didn't know anybody, so we really had to start from the bottom up, and I guess it put more pressure on us in that sense, which probably drove us a bit harder.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess so.
But like obviously we're still Irish, we're still from like Limerick and Clare,
Yeah.
like that's still such a huge part of us. But I think London helped to shape, I don't know what
We
are
felt
in a
really
way.
anonymous there, so we felt like we could do anything.
It was quite
And-
liberating.
Yeah,
maybe
Yeah,
that
it was
exactly.
nice to be
Mm.
able to do that. I think that was the biggest.
It's totally
Main
different
reason.
from where we're from, which is a really small place where everybody knows you. To go to somewhere like London where no one knows you, a lot of people complain about that.
Right.
For me, that's my favorite thing about London.
Okay.
Yeah.
The anonymity.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Wow.
Yeah.
Great. And of course, you do a fantastic cover of Dreams in your set. So I did want to talk a bit about the passing of Dolores, and like, how did that affect you guys? Were you big? Obviously, it's very important for the people of Limerick. Were you big Cranberries fans?
Yeah.
Obviously, growing up in Limerick,
yeah,
it was
yeah.
a huge.
Yeah.
It was actually, Dolores died the night of
Shane's birthday.
Shane's birthday.
Oh.
So we were actually leaving the hotel to get to the venue, and I just saw it on Twitter or something,
Yeah.
and we were just like,
Yeah, it was
Oh,
so
it was
sad.
Yeah.
just really
Too-
so sad.
too
Like,
early.
and then trying to go to a venue where you're supposed to be celebrating something, it was really strange.
Yeah.
And it was actually the week after that, our manager actually suggested to us, why don't you do a Cranberries cover like for Dolores, and it really felt special to do that. I think we've
Yeah.
actually recorded it recently. We're going to release it as well.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, and actually, I was about to ask you, what do the next few months, year hold in terms of releases? What can we expect?
We have an EP coming out in September, start of September.
Yeah.
Oh, very good.
And then we will start to record our album in October, November, with release plans early next year.
Ooh, very
We're excited for
exciting.
that, yeah.
Have you thought of a studio or a producer who you want to work with? Or is this
We're
all?
testing people out.
Oh, I see.
They're
We're,
on
right,
we're
trial.
okay.
interviewing.
Yeah.
And like, if in a dream world, if you could have any producer in the world, who would it be? Living or dead? Actually, make it even more interesting.
Phil Spector.
I don't know about that.
We'd
Phil
all
begs
have our
to differ.
bulletproof vests on.
Chill out. The first one was enough.
Okay, so you're auditioning. You're auditioning
Yeah.
producers. Great. But we're really looking forward to seeing you here later in the year on that headline tour. Any other Irish festivals Is this it?
Electric Picnic.
Oh, Electric
Yeah.
Picnic.
Yeah.
Oh, we will be running something similar to this at
Oh,
Electric
cool.
Picnic, and I hope you will pop back in for
Yeah,
a chat
definitely.
then.
Love to.
Now, I've been taking up far too much time. Any questions from the audience?
Oh God.
Anything that
We didn't
oh,
know about this.
It's a really interesting story, actually. There's a website online. And you just
Well, no, actually,
12 quid.
we've actually all got different manufacturers of jumpsuits. Aoife's actually wearing a vintage ski suit, which helps her sweat more on stage.
do it.
Woo!
But we paint them ourselves.
Yeah, you can actually get yellow boiler suits. They don't exist. I had to dye a white one yellow. Yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah, I customized it with a sleeveless number.
Very fast. Alexander McQueen.
Any other questions?
Good question.
Sartorial or otherwise? Anybody? Okay. Well, I think this has been a very enlightening chat. I was really looking forward to meeting you guys. Thanks a million for
Thank
coming
you so
along.
much. Thank you.
you.
Give it up for When Young.